It's Monday, October 12th, and this is now on HNN.
President Trump returns to the campaign trail in Florida while Joe Biden hits Ohio. I'm Deborah Alfarone at the White House with more on the president's health and health care as a top issue.
It would bankrupt almost every family in this country if they didn't have health insurance.
Advocates raise new concerns about immigrant working families struggling to get by amid the pandemic.
And I think it is poorly managed.
With the launch of the state's pre-travel testing program just days away, the county mayors renew their call for a two-test system to restart tourism.
Courts are not designed to solve every problem or right every wrong in our public life.
These stories, plus it's the first day of confirmation hearings for Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett. Details coming up on This Is Now.
Good afternoon on this Monday. Thank you so much for watching This Is Now. I'm Jonathan alongside Ashley here. We're going to get started with the latest numbers from the Department of Health.
Low numbers today, guys. Health officials say 42 new COVID-19 cases today. The breakdown by county shows 37 cases are on Oahu and 5 are on the Big Island. No new fatalities today. This is the lowest single day count since July 27th, which was 77 days ago.
We want to take you live now to Florida. This is near Orlando in the town of Sanford, near Orlando. This is a live video feed coming in of Trump's rally. He's expected here in just hours. He is returning to the campaign trail today, right, Ash?
That's right, and the White House just said the president tested negative for COVID-19 for consecutive days. Meanwhile, Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden hit the campaign trail in Ohio. Deborah Alfarone filed this story earlier.
This week marks President Trump's return to the campaign trail with stops planned in 4 key states, beginning with Florida.
Take that, COVID. Because I guess you messed with the wrong president.
The White House has yet to confirm whether the president has tested negative for the coronavirus, though the president claims he has recovered and is now immune. Democratic nominee Joe Biden blasted President Trump's campaign trip as, quote, reckless behavior.
Hello, Toledo.
The former vice president hit the trail in Ohio.
Times are hard. Unemployment is way up due to the pandemic and the terrible way in which it's been handled.
Vote, Ohio. Vote to re-elect President Donald Trump.
Vice President Mike Pence also traveled to the Buckeye State. The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows Ohio as a toss-up. With healthcare expected to be a major topic during this week's Supreme Court confirmation hearings, President Trump is getting out ahead of the conversation, tweeting promises of far better healthcare and coverage for pre-existing conditions. But the president has yet to deliver on his 2016 campaign promise for an alternative to Obamacare, and his Democratic challenger argues his Supreme Court pick, Amy Coney Barrett, would vote to strip away the Affordable Care Act.
Let's keep our eye on the ball. This is about whether or not in less than 1 month, Americans are going to lose their health insurance.
The Supreme Court will hear arguments challenging the Affordable Care Act 1 week after Election Day. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
All right, let's keep things local here at This Is Now. Here's something everyone is talking about. The relaunch of Trans-Pacific travel to Hawaii is set to begin on Thursday. If you don't know about this already, travelers will need to be tested within 72 hours of their departure flight. If they test negative, they can skip quarantine. The Valley Isle, Big Island, and Kauai mayors are requesting that travelers take a second test after they arrive. Governor Ige has not officially signed off on those proposals, although Mayor Kim says Ige gave him a verbal approval. Kim says his plan involves a rapid response test at a site across from Kona Airport. Travelers are free to go if they receive a negative result, but they must quarantine if the test comes back positive. Those results should be available in about 15 minutes. These second tests are being paid for by the county, not the traveler.
Meanwhile, we're still awaiting a plan for inter-island travel. Many say it's unfair that non-residents can travel to Hawaii and skip quarantine for a vacation, while residents must quarantine if they travel within the island chain to visit family and friends. Tonight, we will be speaking with a panel of experts on reopening tourism. That includes the CEO of Hawaiian Airlines, the Hawaii Lodging and Tourism Association, and the union that represents hotel workers. It airs at 7 p.m. tonight on KGMB and K5. There are still thousands of unemployed workers waiting to have their claims processed, but a new advocacy group says the backlog is especially hard on working class and immigrant families. Rick Dasog has more.
Former Uber driver Nolia says navigating through the state's unemployment system has been a nightmare. Her initial unemployment claim was denied in March, and she was directed to file for pandemic unemployment assistance. But after receiving benefits for several weeks, the Labor Department cut her off, saying she would have to refile for regular unemployment benefits.
And I think it is poorly managed, and there should be more help to the people.
According to the Hawaii Workers Center, the backlog in unemployment claims has disproportionately affected immigrant and working class families like Nolia's.
We found in the Kalihi area that many Marshallese, Micronesians, and Filipino immigrant communities have been really hard hit, and they're not getting the benefits that they should get.
Bill Simon of the Salvation Army says he has helped more than a dozen claimants of Marshallese descent who are supposed to be eligible for jobless benefits.
They said unemployment office talked to several folks that we helped fill out the paperwork saying that they're not eligible for unemployment.
John Whittick, co-founder of the center, says language and other barriers are also factors.
A lot of these people have no Wi-Fi or no computer skills. They should provide accessibility. They should allow in-person processing and application of claims.
The department says it can't risk exposing its staffers to an outbreak, which could reduce the number of people handling unemployment claims. The Labor Department also said that the allegation that Marshallese claimants were being unfairly disqualified is not true. It says that in all claims involving speakers with limited English skills, it provided translators or other services. Rick Dasog, Hawaii News Now.
Now listen up here. Many people who need to get a driver's license may have to travel to a different site than they're used to. Billy V joins us to explain.
Thank you very much. It's bustling with activity here. This is the brand new location for where they are doing road tests for City and County of Honolulu. The address 833 Pi'ikoi Street, the location Sheridan Community Park. So if you're needing to renew your driver's license and take the road test, this is where you come instead of Kapalama. All of the other Kapalama services are still there at Kapalama, but the road tests are now here. The reason why they've moved location is because of the current and upcoming construction that'll take place on the roads of Oahu and along that area for the rail transit system. So because of that, they have moved these services here. They are open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Monday through Fridays, but just note that they are available here on Saturdays as well. If you're coming for your road test, of course, you should bring your documents with you, but make sure that you're wearing a mask. Just know that when you have the test examiner in the car, your windows will be rolled down and your AC will be turned off for the entire time that you are taking the test. And if you need more information about any of this, or documents, all the rest of the regular questions, FAQs, make sure that you go to our website. We've got that information for you at hawaiinewsnow.com. From a very busy drive test location, I'm Billy V for This Is Now.
The controversial DOE-approved distance learning program, Acellus, is under fire yet again. This time, the chair of the Board of Education wants to get rid of the online platform. Catherine Payne says she wants the DOE to admit it made a mistake in choosing Acellus and that it was selected out of the, quote, chaos brought on by the pandemic. Payne is proposing to do away with the program at the end of the school year entirely, but she also wants to give parents the choice to opt out immediately. Critics say Acellus has racist and incorrect content, and its founder has been linked to a cult. Payne's proposal is up for discussion at the board's meeting on Thursday. A Kailua business is asking for more transparency from the Liquor Commission after being ordered to shut down for 24 hours. Jelani Martinez has more on the violation.
Lanikai Brewing Company was ordered to shut down for 24 hours by the Liquor Commission Friday evening for violating the mayor's emergency order and failing to operate as a restaurant. The owner of the brewing company, Steve Humshield, feels their venue is being unfairly targeted. He says the investigator told him they were not in compliance because food was served about 20 minutes after beer was delivered. Humshield says he's not aware of the rule and is still unclear with how they're falsely acting as a restaurant when 51% of their sales on Friday were food.
I'm very frustrated. All we're trying to do is act compliant. We're trying to figure out what we need to do to open in this challenging business landscape, and we're ghosted on every single time that we ask for more and more information.
In June, the Liquor Commission issued a warning for the brewing company for not serving meals in violation of the emergency order, but a follow-up inspection found that they were in compliance. Under the order, a bar is defined as establishments that are primarily engaged in the serving of alcoholic beverages for consumption by guests on the premises, regardless of whether food is served. The Honolulu Liquor Commission says they are unable to comment on the details or merits of any violation before the commission. Jelani Martinez, Hawaii News Now.
The confirmation hearing for Supreme Court nominee Amy Barrett has wrapped up for the day.
I have been nominated to fill Justice Ginsburg's seat, but no one will ever take her place. I will be forever grateful for the path she marked.
Today at the hearing, Hawaii Senator Mazie Hirono spoke about how Judge Barrett's confirmation could lead to the end of Obamacare, which provides health insurance to millions of Americans. Here's Hirono talking about her own cancer treatment.
The cost of my treatment, which included surgery to remove a kidney, a second surgery to remove part of a rib, replaced with a 7-inch titanium plate. It would bankrupt almost every family in this country if they didn't have health insurance. Their lives and their health are what's at stake. Their lives are what's at stake with this nomination.
Judge Barrett will begin taking questions later this week. Her confirmation hearings are scheduled to last through Thursday.
Hawaiian Airlines is preparing to ground its Ohana division. Howard Dykes explains why.
Hawaiian pilots allowed Hawaiian to outsource the entire Ohana operation, including aircraft and flight crews, to an outside contractor, Empire Air. But the pilots included a provision in their own contract rescinding that permission if their own work should diminish, which because of COVID it has. So on November 1st, the Ohana division will be shut down indefinitely. Hawaiian is working on alternate arrangements for cargo flights. State tax revenue is down 3% since the fiscal year began in July. That's bad, but actually it's worse than it sounds. It includes income tax revenue that ordinarily would have been booked already in the previous fiscal year. A more telling figure is excise tax revenue, and that is down 25% since the new cycle started July 1st. That's a loss of $230 million in state tax revenue in just 3 months. CBRE reports Honolulu office vacancy is pushing up toward 12% as COVID undoes 5 years of office job growth. The survey excludes medical and government offices.
Thank you very much, Howard. Hey, it's not raining anymore. Hey, let me show you outside right now. It's actually turning out to be quite a beautiful day. I think there's still a chance of some showers to come in certain places and in the week ahead. Here's Guy Hoggy with the update.
Aloha on this Monday. We've got some scattered showers moving through the state, courtesy leftovers from Tropical Storm Marie. And most of the rain this morning hit Oahu, some of it moving to Kauai, but the drier conditions are moving in by tomorrow. But for today, there will be some scattered showers with strengthening trade winds. Right now, the winds are still soft and scrambled, dead calm in a handful of spots, but they will run about 10 to 20 miles an hour today from Maui to Kauai. Of course, lighter winds due into Kailua Kona, so it's going to be steamy there. So we'll have partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies as those remnants start to leave us. Another round of rain is due in the latter part of the week from a cold front due to drop in maybe sometime on Thursday. And with those trade winds running nice and steady, humidity is not an issue today, but lighter winds will be coming in by, say, Wednesday. And we got a little bit of surf expected to pick up for north and west shores. Not a big swell by any stretch, but maybe some head high sets at the better spots. South shore, some shoulder high sets with a little bit of a pulse that moved in yesterday. So again, a little damp today, drier by tomorrow. Light variable winds take over on Wednesday, and that cold front due to bring in more showers starting on Thursday. Keep it here on Hawaii News Now. We'll have all your severe weather updates.
For the last year, Dynamite, the flagship show for all elite wrestling, that's the AEW, has entertained millions of fans around the world every Wednesday night on TNT. To celebrate its first year on the network, AEW will present a special anniversary episode of Dynamite featuring a unique set of matchups and surprises. Today, I talked to two of the stars, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
It's a big one. We got all the titles are going to be defended. It's never happened on Dynamite. Every single championship is on the line. If you've never seen Dynamite, this would be the episode to tune in and watch. Everyone's going to be on their game, pushing themselves. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. It's the 1-year anniversary. Check it out because nothing like this has ever happened in wrestling.
All right, Jungle Boy, you're 5'10", 150 pounds. You routinely take on people more than twice your size in a match. Tell us, what advice do you have for younger folks or people looking to get into the biz who come from a place of a similar stature?
Yeah, well, that's definitely something I heard a lot coming up. There are certain things you can control and there are certain things you can't. And, I'm never going to be able to make myself 6'5" or whatever it is. I'm not going to weigh 300 pounds. But what I can control is how I use my size and the athleticism and the things I do. So I just work as hard as I can to get better and use what I got. And that's really all you can do.
Jungle Boy, you're part of a tag team known as Jurassic Express alongside Luchasaurus. Tell us, why did you choose the Jurassic theme? You know that's a big part of Hawaii with the many scenes from that movie franchise being filmed here. Why did you guys choose the dinosaur theme?
Well, I think it's because I'm a dinosaur. I mean, I was born this way. I don't know. What can I say? It's really cool because, Jungle Boy didn't necessarily, plan to be Jungle Boy when he started. And I don't think I planned to be Luchasaurus, but we kind of came together and then realized, wow, what we're doing kind of really works well when we are together. And separately, it was kind of confusing to audiences, but you put us together and it's almost like a story out of a Disney movie. And it's just something that's never been done. You really couldn't decide on paper that you wanted to do this and make it be anything other than cheesy. But when you watch it, and people tell us this all the time, there's something about it that works. And we're really fortunate to have fallen into it.
There's nothing about that was cheesy at all.
Oh, no, very entertaining.
That airs on TNT Wednesday night. And if you look familiar there, Jungle Boy, that's Luke Perry's son, the late Luke Perry from 90210.
That's crazy.
Obviously entering the entertainment world in a different facet, but doing his best there. You guys, I want to tell you about something huge coming up on Dateline tonight on KHNL at 9 o'clock. Here's a preview.
You've been asking us for this story for months, ever since you were locked in your homes watching it. I'm talking about Joe Exotic, Carol Baskin, and Tiger King. But we'll be covering not just what you think you know, but also what is true, what isn't true, what's provable, and what isn't. That's tonight on Dateline.
Obviously, still a lot of mystery about what happened to Don Lewis. If you haven't seen Tiger King, start watching it now because you have just enough time to finish it in time for the Dateline murder mystery tonight at 9 on KHNL. I'll be watching it.
So many questions.
So many questions. What'd you find, Ash?
Well, speaking of waiting for things, Apple is expected to introduce a new line of iPhones tomorrow after weeks of delays due to the pandemic. Multiple reports indicate Apple will unveil 4 new iPhones ranging in sizes up to 6.7 inches, which would be its largest screen yet. Now, the invitation to the virtual event uses the phrase high speed, which hints that the new models take advantage of emerging 5G wireless networks. Now, there's no word yet on the pricing of the new models, but I am so excited because I'm overdue for a new phone.
Lucky, I got the newest one the last time around. I love the camera. I'm really into it. But I want the new one. If you get it, I want it.
You can play with it.
Oh, thanks.
And rapper Cardi B is turning 28, you guys, and to celebrate, the Grammy Award-winning artist announced a new collaboration with Reebok. So the shoes have already sold out, but the rest of the Club C Cardi line comes out November 13th. The sneakers will be available in both toddler and adult sizes, ranging in price from $50 to $100.
Those are really cool, actually.
Yeah,
I like the platform lift there, and the color. I like simple shoes, so I'm never one for a lot of color on my shoes.
That's all right.
All right, guys, it's almost here. Halloween is coming up fast, and that means candy time. But not all candy is equal, according to Dan Shinneman. Here he is with that report.
Halloween is definitely about the treats, a day where kids of all ages are focused on binging spooktacular amounts of sugar. No surprise that there are favorites among the haul.
We know that chocolate is more popular than your traditional candy. Chocolate tends to give consumers a permissible indulgence.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups top the list year after year, followed up by classic chocolate bars, M&Ms, and gummies. Research shows consumers prefer smooth and creamy textures.
They're avoiding sticky and chalky textures, as an example.
And the controversial candy corn remains a crowd favorite.
We know that some people like to start with the larger yellow end. Some people like that smaller white end, but most Americans just go for it and eat the full piece at once.
There are other factors that play a role in what is handed out on Halloween.
And affordability is a key driver,
as well as personal preference.
Consumers, when purchasing Halloween products, they mainly purchase it for themselves.
80% of Americans say that they cannot imagine Halloween without chocolate and candy.
Carly Schildhouse from the National Confectioners Association says sales of all candy are up since March.
We're seeing that people are turning to chocolate and candy for that little moment of enjoyment in an otherwise pretty crazy time.
Chocolate and candy, providing some normalcy in a not-so-normal time. Dan Shenneman, NBC News.
Well, that tape piece certainly got our candy discussion going.
I'm so anti-candy corn.
I have to do it every year. I really gotta just have the taste every year. And I'm like that. I do it in layers. I nibble off the white part first, and then the yellow, then the orange. But your favorite candy?
Either Twix or Kit Kat. I'm more of the chocolate realm.
See, I like the fruity stuff. I like Nerds because I am what I eat. Someone gave me a bag of candy and it had Almond Joys in it, and I have to say I'm not a fan.
I could get down with Almond Joy.
Nah, okay. Maybe I'm just a Mounds person. But some people are really getting down with Halloween, right?
That's right. So while trick-or-treaters may be scarce this Halloween, that isn't stopping one Niu Valley resident from creating their own spooky setting. Now check out this yard on Panio Road, which is now residence for all sorts of ghosts, goblins, and scary skeletons. So the homeowner says he just wanted to give the community something a little special during these tough times.
I'd say. That's huge.
Yeah.
Great display there.
And move over pumpkin spice. Starbucks is already spreading some Christmas holiday cheer with seasonal favorites before they're available in cafes. Now, Starbucks announced today their holiday at-home coffees, including the Frappuccino Peppermint Mocha and the Peppermint Mocha Iced Espresso Classic, which are all new this year.
When you said that lead, move over pumpkin spice, I thought you were talking about me. I thought you'd had enough of me, but...
Move over.
Move over.
And this is really cool, you guys. When you think of pink food, you probably don't think of pineapple, but check this out. These are slices of pink glow pineapples, and they aren't dyed. They actually grow like this. So the Del Monte Fresh Produce exclusive just came out today, but this pretty pink treat has been in work in progress for a long time. So Del Monte started developing it back in 2005. Then it just got the FDA approval for human consumption in 2016. So apparently it takes about 2 years to grow. Then they're hand-picked, which means they aren't cheap. So one pineapple goes for $49.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I know. So these pink glow pineapples are supposed to be juicier and sweeter, and you also get a certificate of authenticity, because why not?
Well, it looks like they're saying wine not in the picture there. But I tried out, but I am not willing to pay $50 for a pineapple. I'm sorry, I'll wait till that price drops. You guys, this is going to do it for This Is Now on this Monday. We've got a press conference coming up at 1:30 with Kurt Caldwell. Look for a push alert on your H&N digital platform. Stay safe.
Aloha.